Hey, welcome. Happy Saint Hildegard's Day. It's September 17th. It is a wonderful day to be alive. I'm so glad to be here with you. And I'm so honored that you took the time to come and sing and learn and connect. And I am just kind of bursting. This is one of my favorite days of the year. Hildegard has been a muse of mine since the very first moment that I heard her music. And in fact, I'm wearing a t-shirt that has one of her quotes on it. The inspiration sort of tap never recedes, it never fades. And here we are on this day, also launching into a new season with a new name and a new sort of a breath of fresh air into this season of Aya. So here we are, another virtual event, which is so cool because it means I get to connect with you wherever you are on this awesome globe. And as I really invite you to discover more of what is going on this season, 2021 into 2022 with Aya, and with hopefully your understanding that there's so many resources to take advantage of. So here we are. I want to begin to just I'm going to be popping back and forth between my computer and you. So today I wanted to just introduce this community singing event and sort of tell you what we're going to do. So one very special piece of Hildegard's O quam mirabilis is the focus for today. This is a modest piece. It's not terribly long. The range is very comfortable. It doesn't go too high. It goes a little low, but I hope that it's a chance for you to deepen your connection with this piece and also just have a window into Hildegard's creative process and also wrapping your voice around this music. If you haven't done so before, this is so exciting. If this is something that's familiar to you, I hope it will add some depth and texture to your experience. So, the piece that we will be working on today is O quam mirabilis. Now, in hopefully if you're seeing this, you're going to see a link to our website where you can download this piece. So I'm going to tell you to do that now. So you have this music in front of you and it looks like this. Okay? And there's a score and a translation. So when you get that, come on back. You can just leave this open in another window and come back to it. It doesn't matter. I'm just happy that you're here. But I want you to go, and here's the website if you need it. It's ayamedievalmusic.org. Okay? So, this piece is one of 77 songs written by Hildegard. And I wanted to just give a very brief overview of this piece to place it in context and also to help you understand what you see. I don't have the cover page here, but what you see when you download this score, because there's some interesting rubrics, and I think it's really helpful to know what you're looking at. Again, just to add some depth to your knowledge here. So this particular piece is an antiphon, and as we see, it's an antiphon dedicated more or less, not necessarily spoken or written dedicated, but it's an ode to the creator. And it's embedded in a body of songs that is at the beginning of one of Hildegard's manuscripts, and we'll get to that in a moment. But it's one of the 77 songs known as the Symphonia Harmoniae Celestium Revelationum, the harmonious music of heavenly mysteries. Here you see an image from one of Hildegard's illuminations of the symphony of heaven, the symphony, chorus of heavenly souls. And that means us too. Our heavenly souls join the heavenly chorus, which is a really, really amazing thing. Again, sort of embedded in this cosmic ecosystem that we belong to in Hildegard's worldview. And this piece is very beautifully connected with that ethos. So, as one of the symphonia, it sort of was tucked into this larger corpus of works. This piece in particular is transcribed from one of two of Hildegard's manuscripts. It's called the Reason Codex. And here you can see a picture of the front. The Reason Codex is German, essentially for really big book. Really big book. And this book was compiled after Hildegard's passing in 1179, which, by the way, was on this day, September 17th, 842 years ago. This is amazing. So, O quam mirabilis is part of this group of songs that is at the front of the Symphonia in the Reason Codex. Again, sort of an homage to the Creator, and it's in a group of 7 songs. You can actually download all of those 7 songs. They're on the website under our sheet music category. Please go and get them. There are transcriptions in modern notation, and also I'm really excited about this. It's a fresh translation by my colleague Hugh McElroy, who took on the challenge with me of translating and notating all 77 of these songs over time, and the plan is to complete them by next year. So what I invite you to do is look at your score for a moment. So at the top of your edition, you will see here the title, and here is Hildegard's name. Now over here at the start of the score, you see a little rubric here. And this is important whenever we work with sources. We need to talk about where this music came from. What's the credit, basically? And I wanted to just show you and help you decipher this. So R stands for Reason Codex. That's the abbreviation for the source. F stands for folio. So it's the Reason Codex folio 466R, which stands for recto, to 466 verso. Yeah, I'm going to show you the original manuscript leaf that you can see what we're talking about here. So here we have on the left the first half of the song that's on the front portion of the leaf. And you flip over the leaf to the verso side, and you see the rest of the piece. And what you're looking at is a manuscript from the early 13th century, the Reason Codex, that beautifully preserves this music. You can see the way the notation, although it may seem very strange, is very legible. It's very clear. There are no corruptions on the parchment. It's pretty astonishing. I still marvel over the ways in which we right now are looking at these scores and singing them today of all days. So before we leap into the singing, I have one more thing to invite you to do. Hopefully you have your score and you're going to have that ready. But if you are someone that's really interested in the performance of Hildegard's music and really interested in early sources, I am so excited. I'm developing and offering an online course called Singing Hildegard from Parchment to Performance. This is a new course. It's going to be launched next month. I currently have a page on the website where you can sign up for the wait list to get more information about this course. It's going to be 5 weeks of working at your own pace and weekly live meetings as well. There's going to be so much wonderful detail that's going to come up in this course, and we'll really dive deep into bringing up a true sort of connection and understanding with Hildegard's music in its original form in that 12th century notation that you just saw, and to be able to give you tools to render your own interpretation. So I invite you to go to the website medievalmusic.org and sign up and get on the waiting list. So let's segue. Let's segue into this really phenomenal piece. O quam mirabilis. Oh, how miraculous. What a miracle. It is a miracle. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to bring up the text here so we can share this. I'll move my camera a little bit so you can see that. Okay. So here we go. The way we're going to work through our community sing is to be able to, I'm just looking at the comments. Hi, Carter. Hi, Em. If you're here and you want to say hi, please drop something into the live chat or a comment. It would be great to connect with you. So here we go. The way we're going to work through this is line by line. The way I like to teach this music, because sometimes our voices don't work as fast as our eyes, and sometimes our brains can get really, really cloudy if we feel overwhelmed. So the way I'd like to work through this is line by line. Hello, Sean. Hello, Erica. So we're going to start at the very beginning. It's a familiar line. I have here my symphonia that's going to help provide us with a steady drone. And I'll be able to just sort of give you some information about what's embedded in this piece as we go, okay? So here is the way we're going to start. I would love for you. You're welcome, Lindy. I'm so glad you're here. We're going to start just by looking at the first line. And here we have, O quam mirabilis est. Oh, how miraculous is. I want to be clear about the way this particular edition is laid out. Every line is basically the poetic verse set out by the renowned scholar Dr. Barbara Newman, who is at Northwestern University and basically wrote the book on Hildegard's Symphonia. And she's, through this massive undertaking, has created a sort of taken what you saw in that folio and put it into a verse and a poetic line. So it's really helpful when we're looking at something like this to have it clearly delineated, literally, to have it go line by line so we can wrap our head around it and have a sense to digest what's actually happening here. Hi, Regina. Nice to have you. Okay, everybody. So have a listen. I'm going to sing the first line and I'm going to ask you to repeat. I will sing with you. Quick moment before we start. I want us to really get into a heart space as we look at this piece. And this is especially relevant on the second line of this piece. This is so wonderful, my friends. Basically, Hildegard refers to the Divini Pectoris, which Hugh, my friend, translates as Holy Heart. Holy Heart. How wonderful is that? So, can we take a moment, just take a moment to enter into your own heart space as we really set an intention to connect to the music, to Hildegard, and to one another. And let your breath soften. And let's inhale together. And gently exhale. Now taking your awareness of your breath and continuing with that, and then just move your eyes to your score. But the idea is that we're going to use our body and our breath to manifest the sound, and our eyes just to gently take in the information. Here's the first line. Have a listen. Quam mirabilis est. All together. We'll do that 2 times all together. The first line. Ready? Quam mirabilis est. One more time. Quam mirabilis est. Great. Whenever we have this, this is really an invocation. Yeah. Oh, what a great miracle is in line 2, the foreknowing of the holy heart of God's, the Creator's heart. Have a listen to the second line. So beautiful. Let's join together. We'll try that 2 times in a row. Here's the second line. Now, I can't remember if that was one time. I'll do it one more time. I was already thinking ahead. Here's line 2 one more time. Beautiful. What you have in the score that's represented in the notation are visual, tried to make it as visually clear as possible of what idiosyncratic notational devices Hildegard was using. So for example, when you see a large size note head and a small size note head, that's indicating relative stress, or rather weight and duration. Okay, so when you see something that has a bigger note head, this tends to mean we have a little bit more flesh, right? When you see something that's small, this indicates something that has a bit more of a dynamic, fluid movement through. Yeah. So there's this constant sense of movement throughout the line. But to give you a sense of the way the words are really undulating onto themselves. So let's move ahead to the third line, okay? I'll sing it once, and then we'll sing it together 2 times. I'll try to remember to do it twice. Here's the first one. Have a listen. All together. Receive one more time. Receive So here we have the first segment of this antiphon, the first 3 lines. Oh, how miraculous is the foreknowing of the Holy Heart, which anticipated all creation. So what I'd like to do is sing those first 3 lines all together. Let's do it. Here's the beginning without interruption. 1, 2, 3. Here we go. Quick tuning break. All together. Ready? Inhale. Quam mirabilis est prescientia divini actoris depressivit creaturam. Awesome. I hope it's going okay. We're going to skip now to line 4. This is really initiating the next sort of secondary section here. That would be lines 4 through 8. And we'll do the same thing. We'll go line by line. So now we have sort of, for when God looked into the face of the human he had created, he saw fulfilled all of his works in that same human form. So on paper, the human, the man that he created is Adam, the first man. What I really, really love about Hugh's translation here, and something that we try to really address, is something that has a little bit more of a collective whole, something less binary, that's really encompassing all people. And I love to consider this connection that we have with the Creator is not just relegated to Adam and the descendants of Adam, but all humankind. So here's the 4th line, everybody. Have a listen. Nam cum Deus inspexit. Nam cum Deus inspexit. I want to take a moment before we sing to point something out in the text. When you see that N of inspexit in parentheses, it's indicating a characteristic of the chant. It's a liquescent moment. A liquescent is a noun, in this case, as we're transcribing nouns into modern notation. A liquescent is one of these mysterious nouns, but in this case, it's the kind of noun that accentuates the consonants. So we have inspexit. So we close into the consonant on that particular note where you see it indicated. Here we go. Line 4 all together, 2 times. Ready? Here's the first time. Nam cum Deus, breath. Second time. Nam cum Deus inspexit. Here's line 5. I'll start. Fatiem omnis quam forma fit. She really gets into the weeds there. And yes, the natural that you see above the staff, I included anything, those are all editorial notes. Anything above the staff is not clearly indicated in the score. But I'm going to tell you a secret. Nothing is ever truly clear unless it's clear. What I mean by that is whenever you see an accidental in this text, in the music rather, it is explicitly located in the score. However, we don't have a modern convention in medieval music of carrying an accidental through the line, or rather the staff. So there is also, these poetic lines did not exist in the original. So if you see a flat, we're going to sing a flat. But if you don't, we're not going to, unless it makes musical and vocal sense. So there's a reason for the madness of the accidentals. Here's line 5 all together one more time. Fatiem omnis quam forma fit. One more time, line 5. Fatiem omnis quam forma fit. Here's line 6. With you. One more time, line 6. Line 7. In eadem forma omnis. Tutti. In eadem forma omnis. One more time. In eadem forma omnis. Beautiful. Let's skip to line 8. This is the last line in this section. We have integra aspexit. that he saw fulfilled, all of it fulfilled. Integra aspexit. Let me sing that again so you hear it one more time. Integra aspexit. You ready? Integra aspexit. One more time. Integra aspexit. And there we have all of section 2. Let's go back. We're going to do lines 4 through 8, and I know you can do it. So keep breathing and just keep letting yourself move forward in time. Here we go. Nam cum Deus. Line 4. Nam cum Deus. Inspexit. Fatiem omnis. Quam forma fit. Opera sua in eadem forma omnis. Integra aspexit. Yes. And I made a mistake at the end of line 7. And I wonder if I'll always do that. Let's see. Here we have the last section, lines 9 and 10. So here we have finally what's kind of remarkable in this particular antiphon too. I love this. She restates the opening invocation. O quam mirabilis est inspiratio. But she adds a little bit of texture. Oh, how miraculous is the inspiration which kindles human life. How wonderful is that? Is the inspiration in which we are all inspired to be here. Listen to line 9. I'll sing first, and we'll sing together twice. O quam mirabilis est inspiratio. All together. O quam mirabilis est inspiratio. One more time. O quam mirabilis est inspiratio. Line 10. Just me. 50, line 10. One more time. Whew. There are a lot more notes in the last line, aren't there? Yes. There's something so mellifluous about this final verb, sort of kindled, vitalized. I love that. Now let's go lines 9 through 10 together. Okay, here we go. Quam mirabilis est inspiratio So we've learned the whole piece. If you have any questions, I hope you put them in the chat, and I hope to catch them. But here is the final stage. We're going to put all 3 segments together for a whole unified piece. I want you to try this time as you go through to be less dependent on the pitches and the notes and the correctness of them, but this time to really try to set an intention for the piece and for yourself and how you want to connect to it. It's not about the notes. It's about the sort of the intention of the piece. And as we talked about before, there's so many inroads here. The worthiness of humanity, the heart of God, and how we are already part of his vision. And there's just this breathing of life into all that's around us and into ourselves. And take a moment and set the intention for yourself. And we'll bring that to the way we sing the piece. So I'll say in advance, thank you for trying and coming and doing this. This is not easy. I know that. And it's really a joy for me to come and share this with you. So thank you. From the top. You ready? Mirabilis Cum Deus im spexit, fatiem hominis, in eadem forma omnis integra spexit. O quam mirabilis est inspiratio Deum inem suscita Congratulations. Thank you. Thank you for spending this time with me. I hope that you have a very beautiful St. Hildegard's Day. I've already had a beautiful day. You're welcome, Rosemary. Thank you. And I encourage you to, if you want to sing more, please go to the website and download download more music. Yes. And of course, keep in touch. If you're on YouTube, please subscribe. If you are on Facebook, follow us. If you are an Instagram person, follow us. I love Instagram. There's so many more ways that we can keep in touch and stay connected. And it is really a privilege to share this time with you and to share this music with you and to share this learning and community with you. So thank you, everyone. Oh, thank you for the kind words. Yes. Have a beautiful day, everyone. Bye.